Hello everyone, my name is Joel Ashton and I am a wildlife garden designer and installer, and I have been doing so for the last 20 years, and it's my job alongside my day job to encourage as many people around the world as possible to create habitats for wildlife, and that includes you watching this, and hopefully by the end of this video you will feel inspired as to why you need to be helping wildlife on your own doorstep. Now, I'll give you an example. My front garden is 20 square meters. I have a single car parking space and then 20 square meters to the side of that, where I have created a multitude of habitats, and that includes native trees and shrubs, herbaceous borders, a wildlife pond, a bee hotel or an insect hotel, and I also have a mini wildflower meadow. Now, this area is not even 3 square meters, and if you don't believe me and you think I'm making all of this up, then go and check out videos on how I created this area and also what's turned up, a little garden tours if you like, over the last 2 years, which is all that it's been established for. And within that time I've had no less than 19 species of butterfly not just visit, but to maybe have a drink on some of the plants and get a little bit of nectar. They've also come to lay eggs. They've used it as a breeding ground, which is vitally important, because it's okay planting a buddleia in the garden and thinking, yes, I've done my bit, the butterflies use that. Well, they may do very briefly as a pit stop, but what you want to try and achieve is an actual home for wildlife. So you're creating the perfect environment for them to actually carry out their life cycle. So things, for example, such as the brimstone butterfly, for those of you that know it, it's a bright yellow sulfur butterfly that comes out in the spring, and it really is a beautiful thing. And they lay their eggs on alder and purging buckthorn, and I planted 3 alder buckthorns in my front garden. And since doing that, I counted last year, I think, if I can remember rightly, 56 caterpillars on 3 shrubs and about 59 on the same 3 shrubs this year. So they're coming in to lay their eggs. While they're there, they're then nipping into the herbaceous borders to have a drink of nectar on my Erysimum bowls mauve or the honesty, or they're going into the meadow to have a drink of some knapweed when the summer brood emerges. So it's absolutely brilliant to see them being able to carry out this life cycle within 20 square meters. Obviously they'll fly off and they'll go and colonize other areas, but that's the important thing. I've created the first stepping stone for them, and you can do this too by helping to create a patchwork quilt of habitats across our countryside and across your own village, because in the wider countryside 74% of our land is now heavily farmed, which of course makes it very hard for these populations of insects and birds and mammals to find the right habitat when they disperse, when they've finished breeding and they go off to lay their eggs elsewhere or whatever. They are struggling, and hedgerows are very important for that because they act as corridors for them to move along safely. See them as the A1 or the M11 of the natural world. And things such as slowworms, grass snakes, common lizards, birds, obviously hedgehogs, foxes, badgers will all use hedgerows to move through the countryside safely. So a vital habitat in their own right. But we're here to talk about the wildflower meadow and the little pollinator patch that it can be, because they can be so vitally important, as you've just heard me speak about, with the grasshoppers and everything that now lives in that area. And it's not just butterflies and grasshoppers. There are moths, there are bees, there are centipedes, spiders, earwigs, you name it, all within a few square meters of wildflower meadow in my front garden. So it really is one of the best things you can do, even if you just let your grass grow, which hopefully might then encourage you in time to convert more of your mown lawn or more of your garden into a space for wildlife, because nature has never needed us more, and it's a great way for you to all connect as a community as well. Not only that, it's great for your mental well-being and your physical well-being. Just being outside in nature and having something to focus on, having these insects and birds and many different creatures visit your garden is an absolute delight. I'm sure you will probably all agree. So I can't encourage you more to create your own little mini wildflower meadow, create your own little mini wildlife pond. And if you're looking for any further inspiration, my book Wild Your Garden, which has everything you could possibly need in terms of the information to help you create some of these habitats, whether that's a wildlife pond, a wildflower meadow, what trees and shrubs to plant, your herbaceous borders, how to rearrange those. I recommend you get yourself a copy of the book on our website, which is wildyourgarden.com, where we do also sell all our own wildflower seeds, plugs, 9cm potted wildflowers, bare root hedging, bird boxes, bird food, pond liners, pond plants, you name it, it's on there. So alongside that and the Wild Your Garden with Joel Ashton YouTube channel, hopefully there is a nice triangle, a three-way set of resources for you to explore to help you have all the information you need and the products you need to create your own mini wildflower meadow and many more habitats as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please do all that you can to support your local wildlife. I'm sure you and your neighbours will be absolutely delighted when you start seeing the results, because it won't take long to turn up. So thank you all so much. See you soon.